Bro, listen to me. Anime senseis have easily the hardest job in the fucking world. If he's not the coldest, if he's not a top 3 coldest nigga in the verse, he's a runner-up for the main character. And you know, we know the tropes by now, but let's get the sensei tropes out of the way. You know, at least on TV, we need these old niggas, bro. Uncle Phil, Master Roshi, Jiraiya. Like, how many times they done taught you some shit you didn't even need to know before? Like, oh yeah, Jiraiya, let me remember not to bring a little minor and people and bitches with them. Like, you know what I mean? They're just a certain level of wisdom, a certain level of dumb fuckery that these niggas need to show. You know, it's not okay. They be having you doing the most pointless of fucking tasks, running up and down a hill 30 damn times. Like, they gonna work the fuck out your ass, but at the end of the day, they gonna get you where you need to be. Next, we got the ones who were, you know, already adult 27-year-old level when they were like 13. You know who I'm talking about? The Gojos, the Kakashis, the like a Levi. I don't know, anybody that has similar experience to the old heads, but you know, they're just young as fuck. They're a prodigy. They're the chosen one. They're, you know. Now this next group might be a little bit off because it's characters that were basically forced into the sensei or teacher role, basically, right? Like a future Gohan, a Shisui, shit, maybe Jiraiya could even go in this category. But like, people was like, oh, like shit just started crumbling around me, and then I had to become the guy, you know, I had to step up. I had to be big bro. Now that we got all that out the way, bro, senseis go through, I'd say arguably as much, maybe even more. You heard me, more than the main character does, bro. Because at the end of the day, you know the main character has to have some sort of relief at the end of the day. The sensei, that's the number one go-to nigga that you think of when somebody's finna die. Like when the big bad show up and, you know, we got all our guys lined up. Who are you looking at? I'm looking at Buddy that ain't been featured since episode 247, and I'm looking at the sensei because all of a sudden now this nigga want to get flashbacks and shit. Like, no, you're not playing me with that again. And then they always gotta have some big rival that, you know, oh, we haven't seen Obito and da 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 da. We haven't seen you know, whoever, Ghetto, Toji, da 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 da, whoever the fuck. And then, you know, once they bring up that other half they used to have, you know, their rival or their best friend or whoever, you already know what type of story it's finna be. Like, all right, bring the waterworks, bring the waterworks, and bring the gloves, because that's all that's finna be going down here. Tears and fighting. And somehow, even while, like, you know, almost always being in championship contention, top 5 in the verse, you know what I mean, top 10. These niggas never end with a girl. They never end with a lady. Like, you can't sit here and tell me Kakashi ain't getting no butt. Like, I refuse to believe it. You know what I mean? This man is like 40 something. You told me my man can't get no ass? But real shit, they don't get respected at all until they don't get respected because, you know, usually they're beating up on jobbers. Like, you know, they're beating up on guys that you know cannot stand with them. But the first little inkling you get of a motherfucker who can scare him or put him on his toes, it's like, oh, like, you know, all right, we out the prologue, you know what I mean? Like equip your potions, nigga, because we riding today. But yeah, they, like, imagine going through life, right? You know, now you a teacher, you teaching all these kids in a world that's full of war or, you know, crime or whatever, you know. So it's inevitable. You have to fight niggas and niggas have to die. Like, I'm sorry. It's inevitable. You're telling me at any given moment's notice, you might have to sacrifice your life or expected to sacrifice your life for a nigga who's not even paying attention? Like imagine, right? Early Boruto. Like, people didn't like Boruto early on because nigga was hating on Naruto. You know, respect your elders, little nigga. But if we was Boruto's teachers, I'm saying we, cause nigga have some common sense. Ain't nobody respecting they daddy like that. If you was Boruto's teacher, right? And this nigga said, you know what? Fuck Naruto. Fuck this ninja shit. I'm done. I'm over. I'm doing what I want to do. And then this nigga's about to get sniped. You think I'm finna jump in front like Piccolo and say, no, please? Oh, Boruto. You mean Naruto's dead kid? Like, that's what he's gonna be, because me personally, if I'm a sensei, you gonna have to banish me. I'm not saving no little shit. Just because I'm your top guy. Just because we're a family. Like, no. They do always get the best deaths, even if it is tragic, you know what I mean? You know, go back and look at my boy Nanami. That shit was absolutely poetic and beautiful. In his mind, at least. But and he died early as fuck compared to everybody else in JJK. So it's like, his death is still one of the only ones I give a fuck about, to be honest. Like, I'm telling you, the teachers just bring a different vibe, because it's like, you know they can't put themselves first, nigga. You know, like, they're first. First of all, they gotta protect the strongest person, the best person, the Hokage, the president, the Wizard King, the fairy, not the fairy, what's that shit called? I don't know, the guild master, whatever. Makarov, Hiruzen, whoever. Their first duty, make sure Big Dog is cool. After Big Dog is cool, alright, now make sure the kids is cool, you know what I mean? They the next generation. Alright, cool. Alright, now protect yourself. No, buddy, like, I'm surprised Kakashi made it as far as he did, as long as he did. Cause, I'm surprised not Jiraiya. Jiraiya low-key said, nah, fuck this shit, now I'm gonna go do what I wanna do. If y'all in a war, he said, if y'all in a war, call me. But, until then, y'all got it. But yeah, I'm surprised Kakashi lasted as long, because buddy, like, he was constantly getting confronted by the biggest ops of the Leaf Village. You telling me the only nigga with a Renegon in our whole fucking existence is on your shit, and you're going one-on-one with him? Okay, cool. The most dangerous nigga from the Hidden Leaf in general, Orochimaru, is on your shit. He did scare you, but you know, you stood your ground, you stood business. Everyone constantly expects greatness from the sensei, but as soon as that nigga messes up, he can be perfect. He can go 12 for 12, 225, 3 touchdowns. As soon as that nigga throw a pick, and it's a pick 6 game winner, hey, you're done. We're putting in the rookie. Like they are absolutely trips about this shit. Like, anime fans, they will, you know, dick ride a nigga till the wheels fall off. But once that man do some shit they don't like, oh nah, get him up out of here, bruh. Kill him. Oh, he ass. He no character development. Oh my god, You know, they would just go crazy. You would have thought it was Saquon leaving the Giants. Like, no, nigga. This nigga's not real. And they all usually have, like, I've never really seen a teacher in anime or a sensei. I've never found an anime where there was not a sensei that had some underlying shit, or some, like, you know, some more interesting, you know, peels to the character. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that should be the standard. Like, nigga, this is literature, this is fucking media, whatever the fuck. Like, you know, someone's gonna overanalyze the fuck out of something, but it's like very just in your face. Like, yeah, they're a teacher and they're teaching these kids how to be good, how to be how they should be in this, you know, trying to put them on the right path. But, you know, they not gonna huff it. Like, yeah, they fucked up. If they could go back and change some shit, they definitely would. You think if Kakashi couldn't go back, and you think if Kakashi with the same memory couldn't go back and be like, oh fuck nah, like, you know, I'm getting Obito, like, we need to get Obito out of there type shit, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or if Gojo was like, oh nah, I need to keep an eye on Geto, I need to make sure Geto don't fall into this whatever, you know what I mean? Like, they all have some shit that changed them in the past that made them able to be a teacher. Because we see a lot of them from the point to where they're teenagers or young adults or whatever, from when they're still kind of in that phase to when they switch to being like, oh, I need to sacrifice myself for them. Like, they need to survive. Like, you know what I mean? You think Kakashi didn't wish? Not Kakashi, that was a bad example. Minato's a good teacher. You think Gojo didn't wish he had an older Gojo when he was, you know, younger? When he was going through that shit in Hidden Inventory? You don't think that he wished he had a sensei that was kind of more in tune with his students and more worried about them, more cautious about them, like Gojo is about Megami and his kids? Like, I'm sure he did, because that shit probably wouldn't have happened. Like, but they also have a bit of a selfishness to them, though. Also, because it's also like, they kind of don't want help from their students. Like, they want to be the one to go out in a blaze of glory, go out and be like, nah, I did this. You know, this is something I gotta take care of, this and that third. When it's like, hey, to be truthful, my nigga, if we would've just jumped them niggas, we probably would've won, and you wouldn't have died, or you wouldn't have got clapped, or you wouldn't have got your legs taken, or whatever. And one of the most underrated parts of being a sensei is the emotional aspect, right? You are a staple of time when you are a sensei who's teaching children of today, of the past. Like, you are connected to everybody. Kakashi lived through the life of Minato and is still alive in Naruto's life today. Like, you know, obviously we know that nigga's cooked right now, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not crazy to think about, that Kakashi has been around since Minato was, you know, since before Minato was in his prime, since Minato was like 20 something. Hiruzen, the third Hokage, was alive getting trained by the first and second and didn't die until Naruto and Sasuke were kids. Hiruzen basically outlived Jiraiya, and he was alive for years prior to Jiraiya even being a concept. You are carrying legacies and unique memories with you when you're a sensei. There are experiences that nobody else will ever get to understand from your perspective. There are memories of gojo that only Megumi will ever know. Most senseis have seen the tragedy of the past, and they are the ones who are basically expected to deal with it in the future. Like, Kakashi witnessed his sensei die protecting the village in his home. You think Kakashi's also not going to grow up to be like, alright, you know, worst comes to worst, that's me now. Like, if some shit goes down, I have to be the one to sacrifice myself. This point correlates to a variety of shows, especially Naruto and JJK, where the characters are consistently risking it all, even with their own moves. Like, you know what I mean? When someone pulls out a, you know, fucking Abdul Akbar move, then it's like, alright, bro, you want to win that bad? Have it. Have the dub, bro. Because you're not taking me out and the rest of the city just, you know what I mean? These niggas be ready to risk it all. Suicide's, twin snake move. Maharaga, you know, 8 gates. Like, these niggas actively don't care about their lives. And it's shown that, because, you know what I mean? When worst comes to worst, when Madara, when Sukuna, when Aizen pull up to your crib, what the fuck are you supposed to do, nigga? You gotta go all out. But, you know, perks of being a cold anime nigga, you gotta be a little bit stubborn.